Okay, how to use Power Director for Dummies. Go to the Power Director app, open the app, new project. You want to start with a video project, boom, open it up. Now you can see that it will import in whatever size you took the photo. So what you want to do first is decide what type of aspect ratio do you want. Do you want it squarey? Do you want it YouTubey? Do you want it Instagram? Do you want it for like a story? So this one I am going to make as a square Instagram. If I had chosen this, it still looks square, but it is still going to be in an aspect ratio of 16:9. So choose square for this one. And then now you go into editing mode by pushing on the timeline. And then if you scroll, you can see this little video here. It just has this graphic that's moving around, and I want to just save that graphic. So clearly, if I just play it, you will see the graphic that I'm trying to capture. I thought that was a cool little graphic to use for some videos as a little bit of a transition effect. So what I'm going to do now is I would have to crop that video. Okay, so I go down here to transform. You got to learn what those symbols kind of mean. They're all pretty self-explanatory, but in this here you can see different transform functions. Crop and rotate the image, pan the image, or zoom in, and if you click on that, there's other options as well. You can customize the position and end. Okay, but we don't want to do that. We're going to just go. We don't want to do that. We just want to do this particular. And notice that the action bar changes when you click on the image, right? So if I don't click on the image, I've got different things to import to the timeline. But when I click on the timeline, I get different set of tools. All right. So let's just do that task. So crop and rotate. Now I still want to keep this crop as a square. I can do freeform. Okay. Freeform just means you can move these corners in however you want. And you can have it whatever dimensions, but these will keep it locked in a square. So I want to keep this as a square. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to get rid of the wording, and I'm going to center that. I'm going to center that like so. And if you want to check what it looks like, you can then check what it looks like, and that's reasonably centered. Okay, so now when you're happy with the crop, you just go boom, and then you can then go back to editing. All right, that's pretty satisfactory. If you wanted to cut this clip, okay, you could then split, all right, and then that would then create two different timelines, not timelines, but two different tracks within your timeline. Okay, but I don't want to do it. If you make a mistake, you just go reverse. Okay. But remember, if you do two actions and you then reverse, you're only going to be able to, if you do two actions, this will only reverse the last action. If you want to reverse an action that you did 3 moves ago, you would have to press it 3 times, and that would then lead to you reversing all 3 of your actions. So another thing you can do, just say we wanted to add some audio, you just add your audio in as another audio track down here. If you wanted to put an overlay in, just say you wanted to put another video over the top of it, you would then select video and you can add videos. If you wanted to select a photo, you go overlay photo, select photos, and then that would again, you could then select those photos to get added over the top. And then there's other effects as well that you can add over the top. You can blur, you can add some, we can do some adjustments. Just say we want to change the color, saturation, tint of the video, and you add that in. You can change the contrast. What would that do? It's pure black and white already, so not going to do too much. Let's add some effects. Let's just see an effect overlay. Okay, let's imagine just adding on something like this. I'm going to download it. Lighting. Yeah, there's so many different overlays that you can slot over the top. I couldn't be bothered downloading, but yeah, you can just do all those things. Just if you don't want that on there, just get rid of it. You can add stickers. What else would you enhance? Let's see what enhance would do. We don't need to enhance it. Oh, you can upscale it. So if you wanted a higher res video, because that's become a little bit low res now. AI video upscaler. We could try that. Yeah, it'll just apply to all those. It'll probably take a few seconds though. Slow down your video for 11 credits. No, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to worry about that. What else is there here? Other tools. I was just going to try to brighten up the duplicate. Of course, if you duplicate it, it's going to create another exact image. Okay, so you can play it in reverse or something like that if you had some video. But yeah, just play around with all those things. Audio, we've talked about that. Text. So just say you needed to add some text. Now you've got all these options for the template. Just say we wanted to add this text in, okay, and then edgy text we would add into the text here. Okay, let's add in what we're going to write. We just write keyboard, please wait. All right, and then you say where you want that text to go. So do you want it just across that section of the video, or do you want it the whole section of the video? And then not only that, you can decide by dragging where you want that text to appear. Okay. Now these blue lines help you center it. Okay, so now let's have a look. Please wait. I actually don't mind that. What else can we do? We can change the size of it as well. So if you grab these corners, you can change the size. I'm kind of happy with that size. When you change the size, you may have moved that out of position. Sometimes you have to be a bit gentle with the clicking to get it centered. And then you can say, well, what if I wanted it yellow? You just go, all right, let's go to style, and they have all these colors to choose from. Okay, and if none of those colors suit you, you can actually go on here and click the eyedropper and move the eyedropper and select the color that you want. Okay, select the color that you want. Fonts we've already talked about. Fonts and templates are similar, and then you can do more advanced animations of the text. Okay. What else is there? Just want to make sure that that is centered nicely. There you go. And I might actually change that text. 1 moment please. So if I don't like it, I just click on it. If I don't like it, I just click on the text and I just change it to 1 moment please. Okay, it's obviously too big, or I could make it 2 lines. And I don't like that looking like that, so I want it to be centered. There you go, and we go, yeah, we like that. And it's still not clicking to the center, so it's obviously needs to be resized a bit, and then bang, you get it in the center. Okay, so now we have that 1 moment please. Right, cool. And then let's just add some shitty music. So we just go to music. This is all free music. You can go to an AI generator, or you can just go to some sort of stock thing. We've downloaded a few things before. Let's just say chill. Have a play. I like that one. Okay, I'm going to add that. So I hit the plus button. And it's now downloading that track, that audio track. And see, there's a lot of it, but my clip's only 10 seconds, so it's just telling you that it's going to add that to the edit. But I don't like that little thing at the beginning where it's gradually ramping up. So what I'll do is I'll add it to the track. Notice that I can then move that, because I don't want that to ramp. I want it to be straight into the track. And if I wanted to make it longer, I can just drag it this way. All right. And then from there, I can slide it just by long holding, sliding. And now let's have a listen. You see, but if I left that on there before, it would have sounded like, so I'm going back 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps. Now, if I'd left that ramp up, listen, see, there's nothing there for the beginning. So we don't like that. So let's just go forward to where we were at, clicking forward. Okay, and then I dragged it as well. So now I've got this starting, much better. Ten seconds. Okay, now you might say, well, I don't want it to keep going with no imagery. So what you do then is you just click that and then you drag it. It'll just stop in the section that you've chosen. Or sometimes you'll see if I'm out here, I just click that, it brings it back to the end. And then you just click the track that you want to cut, and it's going to be bang on the end of the track of the video that you're using, and then you split. Okay, then you split, and you're only going to split this one that's highlighted with the border around it. So you then split, and then you go, all right, now I don't want that, and then you go to the rubbish bin up here, boom, and it's gone. So now you've finished your video, right? Okay, that's it, done. You might go, well, let's actually ramp it down. I'll just click that track and you fade out. Let's see what that sounds like for the fade out. You don't have to listen to the whole thing, just slide it across. that's pretty cool, because that'll then fade into the next transition. Maybe we could do a little transition where everything fades out. So let's just see if we can do that. I'm not sure. So I'm going to split that track, and then I'm going to say I want to transition that to, select that bit only. Is there an effect or a, you need to be able, I don't think you can do it on the main track where you fade it out. No, I don't think you can. But what I was thinking of doing was fading out the imagery. Tools maybe? No. But so I'll get rid of that split. I think I can transition this down because it's not in the main track. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Transform keyframe, right? So just say I go transform keyframe, and I create a keyframe there, and I create a keyframe there, right, and then at that keyframe, what am I going to do at that keyframe? I click on that keyframe, no, this keyframe here, and then I'll go, well, let's decrease the visibility. All right, so at that keyframe, I want it to be really faint. All right, I want it to be really faint. About like that. One moment, please. See how it's really faint? Okay, and because that's going to be assigned to that keyframe. And then let's go, yep, we like that. Let's go back. No. About there, sorry. Okay, we like that. And then let's have a look at what that looks like when we watch it. See how it went dull? Yeah, so that's just another thing. You might want to fade some overlays out, and you can obviously make it fade out a much slower if you split the track a lot earlier, or you can just assign the keyframes to the track. You don't even have to split it. I've just split it there so that I could reverse it if I wanted to without screwing everything up. So we'll leave it at that. Do I like that? Okay, so say you don't like it, it doesn't matter. What you can then do is just go, if you don't like it, go boom, just get rid of the whole lot, get rid of all those keyframes, and I've got rid of the whole split. Okay, then it's done. All right, that is how to do some very quick editing on PowerDirector. See you later. And we just give it a name, or whatever you want. Oh, what's it doing now? We call it PowerDirector tutorial. Done. Produce. It should be pretty quick. It's only a 10-second video. Boom. Done. And then get out of that screen. If I go to my gallery now, it'll be there in today's work. There it is. And then you can add it to your amazing creations. Done.